Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I'll be your host today, Monday, December 7th, 2015. On the show today, we have some interesting topics. We're going to be visiting with Kate Swanson from the Fernbrook Center on how to beat the holiday blues. And then later on in the show, we're going to run over and talk to Sylvan Durbin over at the Owatonna Arts Center, and we're going to get a sneak preview at the Christmas display. So we hope you'll join us and stay tuned. If you're joining us today on the Charter Channel 181, we welcome you. And if you'd like to refer us to colleagues, friends, and family on some of our broadcasts, we sure appreciate that. You can locate us just about anywhere these days. If you go in on Facebook and click us on like, you'll automatically be notified of shows as they're uploaded. We're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, the Third Hand Video website, and if you just go out on the internet and Google us. If you've enjoyed the broadcast today or you have some questions, please feel free to contact us at the Owatonna Today Show. And our email is owatonnatoday@charter.net, or you can call our producer, Leanne Alt, at 390-5751. So please partner with us in keeping our community connected. And now we're going to go hear a few words from our hardworking sponsors, and then we'll be right back with Kate Swanson.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
Hi, I'm Nate Chesney, and I play Scrooge as a young man.
And I'm John Terrell, and I play Mr. Fezziwig in LTO's current production of A Christmas Carol, directed by Jeffrey Jackson and sponsored by Wells Fargo.
Performances of A Christmas Carol will be held Friday and Saturday, December 4th and 5th at 7:30 p.m., with a matinee on Sunday, December 6th at 2 p.m.
And again the following Thursday through Saturday, December 10th, 11th, and 12th at 7:30 p.m., with a matinee on Sunday, December 13th at 2 p.m.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764 or online at littletheaterofowatonna.org. Don't be a humbug. Don't miss LTO's production of A Christmas Carol.
Hello and welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. Leanne and I are at Fernbrook Family Center today, and we're going to be visiting with licensed clinical social worker Kate Swanson. And we're talking about an unwanted visitor that comes along during the holiday time, and that is stress, anxiety, and depression. So happy holidays, but sometimes not so much, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Hi, Kate.
Hi.
Thank you so much for letting us come and talk with you about this.
Thanks for having me.
And can you tell us a little bit about, we're at Fernbrook, what Fernbrook is and what you do here?
Sure. Fernbrook Family Center is a family-focused mental health center. We're very focused on providing relationship-based services, both outpatient and in-home, and serve both children and adults. My role here is a trauma-informed therapist, and so I work to provide trauma-informed care throughout the communities of Steele, Dodge, and Waseca counties.
Well, that's a large area of people.
It is, yep. So
trauma-informed care. Just a teeny bit about that before we get into our topic.
So I'm working very closely with the Min-Prairie County Alliance system and working to provide trauma assessments for children that are entering the child welfare or child protection system. and also serving as kind of a consultant for their staff when trauma needs arise, and then also working with the community to provide some trauma-informed education on what trauma is, how it can affect kids, and how you can then respond to the symptoms that they're experiencing.
Right, and we're here, there's so much more going on about this trauma.
Yes.
What is it, 4 traumatic incidents in a certain period of time kind of qualifies a child that they're going to have maybe some issues. Right. We can segue into that because,
sure.
As some people may know, I've had a little bit of trauma, and every holiday season, I get sick. In case you can't tell.
Yeah.
And so that's something that people
Yes.
deal with during the holidays
Right.
too, right? Recurrence, if you've had
Absolutely.
some experiences when you were younger, recurrence of that.
Yes, that we see that very often with trauma. So that's one reason the holiday blues can come along, is reminders of previous trauma, or grief or loss of a loved one, or reminders of grief and loss. Potentially you might be struggling with depression, anxiety, or another mental health diagnosis.
Yeah. So there's so many factors. So
Yes.
what are some of the ways that it shows up in our life during the holidays that we have? You don't have to have had trauma to experience
No.
the blues during the
Right.
holidays. I'll have a blue Christmas.
Right.
Well, what
Sometimes I think
contributes to
it's
that?
just, having unrealistic expectations for what the holiday season is going to be like, how your kids will respond to your gifts, how your family will support you in the planning, what hosting will be like. It sometimes can be brought along by the economic strain that the holidays bring, or the stress of planning for hosting or traveling, especially in our Minnesota weather. You never know what that might bring. Minnesota weather in and of itself can sometimes bring about the blues, because we're having shorter days, less sunlight, and that can increase symptoms of depression for many people.
Sure. Or I was not happy because we didn't have snow in recent years. I was like, hello, I'm in Minnesota, I'm cold, I want to at least have some snow.
Right.
But so let's talk about, focus on, for one of them is a big one, is the economic impact, right? And so we overspend. What can we do to limit stress around the financial piece of it?
I think just lumping that in with what are your expectations for the holiday season, listing out what your budget is ahead of time, figuring out what your expectations are around gifts. Sometimes that might mean having a conversation with kids or family members that says, we're limiting gifts this year, and here's why. Trying to bring the focus away from what the media pushes the holidays are about. Trying to figure out ways you can have a joyful holiday without having it be all about gifts.
Sure.
So those types of things, listing out what your expectations are, and then figuring out how you can reduce the stress. So which items on that list are bringing about that stress for you?
And those media expectations that there's all this hype around the media, but that's not people, it's not real life, right? So, something that we tried recently, several years ago now, we've continued to do, instead of opening in the morning and then everything's done. Oh, people are just, oh, well, that's it.
Yeah.
We wait, we have a beautiful day together, we cook, we play games, and then at night, after the meal, we open up our gifts, which with little ones that maybe that won't work.
Sure.
But I'm telling you, it sure takes a lot of the, it goes easily into that instead of, the big rush and then everything's over and people are feeling kind of bloated and depressed.
Sure, yeah.
What about, what are some of the ways that we can cope with if let's say we're suffering from depression and we're lonely? What are some of the things that we can do?
Well, I think, first of all, accepting and acknowledging the hard feelings that you have and knowing that it's normal. Not trying to feel like you are needing to match the expectation of the joy and the cheer that's expected around the holidays.
Or projected around the holidays.
Exactly. Taking time then to take care of yourself. What is it that helps you de-stress, that helps you recharge? Is it getting a massage, taking a long walk, spending some time alone reading a book or listening to a favorite song? And then reaching out for support where, you know, your friends or your family members or coworkers even, letting them know how you're feeling with people that you know will support you. And if you do notice that you are having thoughts of self-harm or trouble sleeping, trouble eating, making it's really hard to get out of bed or it's hard to do your daily activities, that's when you really want to try to seek professional help. Emergently, you would want to call 911 or go to the emergency room, otherwise talking to your doctor or a mental health professional.
So if we're you know, depressed and tired and can't get out of bed and feeling, then we would seek a, you know, professional. But if it goes beyond that to where we're thinking of self-harm, we need to
call 911. Call 911. Go to the emergency.
Go to the emergency room.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Take
Even
a
though
little
it's the
break,
holidays, it's you can always seek help when you need it.
I love what you said about acknowledge that it's okay that these feelings are normal. That we're, you know, I'm not that happy, or I'm not as happy as they seem to be on the TV, or, you know, or that people expect me to be.
Right.
I think that's so important because most people aren't, right?
Right.
What about, you know, for family stressors? You've got, you know, family dynamics. What are some of the things that we can do when we're in that family setting and sometimes there's added stress? What can we do in that instance?
You know, I think figuring out how you can make those situations meaningful for yourself. You know, what are the factors that do bring you joy in this holiday season? So if it's taking time away from your family, if it's, you know, taking a little bit of a break in a different room.
Go for a walk.
And then just figuring out what is it that you want to focus on. Is it spiritual activities or religious significance? Is it certain family members? Is it alone time? Is it volunteer activities? How can you bring some of that joy up even in those hard times? And then I think the expectations you put around it too, knowing what factors are going to be present and not trying to project or expect that it's going to be fabulous because it's the holidays.
Yeah, it's magically, everything's going to be great.
Will go away.
How do you handle the loss of a loved one?
Leanne wants to know, and we all want to know. Yeah,
Sure.
and so that's the big thing too. We're missing people that are not there.
Right, and I think for, you know, everyone will handle grief and loss a different way. And first step again is accepting and acknowledging those feelings and knowing that that's okay, and then that's normal. Allowing yourself time to grieve and remember and celebrate that person.
Is there anything we can do to bring them in with us? You know, I'm just saying, kind of, what kind of symbolic thing can we do to maybe feel like you know, we're closer with them?
Sure. I've known people that have set a spot at the table just to remind everyone that, you know, whether it's a physical person that's not with you, or just reminding people that there's always a spot at the table for people. But you could do that. You could take time, some story time to remember.
Thank you for taking time, and I'm sorry, but we are out of time. So thank you so much, Kate. Thank you for joining us. Stay with us. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
United Way is all about
a safety net in times of crisis.
Strong, safe, healthy community.
children and youth achieving their potential.
Healthy children.
Independent and stable families. Better health of community members.
Please join us and all Napa Distribution Center employees by giving generously, advocating for a better quality of life, and volunteering your time. We all win when we live united.
The majority of fatal home fires happen at night when people are sleeping. Smoke alarms give you time to escape. We recommend that you have a smoke alarm in every sleeping room of the house and on every floor in the common living areas. Smoke alarms should be tested monthly, and batteries should be replaced at least once a year. This is a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and I am here at the Owatonna Arts Center. I mean, who else would have such a large, beautiful tree such as this? And there he is. We are with Sylvan Durbin, the Artistic Director of the Arts Center, and we're here today to talk about the Arts Center's Christmas display and other Christmas activities that are happening at the Arts Center. So, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, Sylvan.
Thank you, Leanne, for coming to the building to take in all of the sights and colors and sounds of the Art Center. I hope that you were here last Sunday to take advantage of hearing the high school carolers. They did a spectacular job. They're always fun. They fill the room with all the great carols that we all enjoy. And I'd like to remind everybody of Saturday from 10 in the morning till 11:30 that Santa is going to be here with Mrs. Claus in this very room under this lovely tree. And you know, all of us want to sit on Santa's lap, and we all want to share our wishes with him for the new year and for Christmas.
Right.
So please do come, whether you're young or old. And Nancy Valancourt is going to read a children's story. So it should be a really wonderful event, along with hot cocoa and some cookies as well.
So now let's talk a little bit about the Christmas display, Sylvan, because this is something that the Arts Center does every year, and it's, as you've always said, it is?
It's pretty much a miracle.
Well, that wasn't quite what I expected, but that's true.
And the reason she's laughing and I'm saying that is it's an adventure for all of us who partake in it, because we come up with ideas and search out people and things to produce the Christmas show, and it's a work in progress at times as well.
Well, what I was actually getting at is you always say that this is your gift to the community, the Owatonna Arts Center's gift to the community.
Yes, I do. It is the Owatonna Arts Center's gift to the community. You don't have to be a member. You're very much welcome to come in and enjoy it. And I encourage people to do that, you know, to take a respite from your holiday baking, your gift wrapping, your shopping, you know, come into our spaces and enjoy them. But Leanne reminded me of one of my other special little times here years ago when we did breakfast with Santa.
Oh, yes.
And I will never forget, in this very room, the tables were set, you know, with white linens and silverware and china and all of that. And this 7-year-old girl came in, and she was so pleased because she didn't need to go to New York. There was someplace lovely that she could enjoy Christmas as well. So we encourage all of you to come out and look and enjoy.
That's one of those precious little memories from Christmas past, Sylvan. I think that's great. So tell us now, what is the title of the exhibit this year?
The title is The Playfulness of Snow, and C.J. Braze has been collecting snow babies. So in the gallery we have, you know, close to 300 snow babies, and if you're not familiar with them, they're a Department 56 little miniatures with little babies all bundled up and rolling and covered with snowflakes. And they're doing a variety of things that you would be doing in the winter as well. So they're delightful and enjoyable. as well. And so do come in and see that. And then, you know, the Little Theater is doing their production of Scrooge this year. And so we have borrowed Department 56 Village, the Dickens Village.
Oh, okay.
Which is really delightful. And hopefully you'll take advantage of, you know, stopping in, seeing the exhibition, and getting a ticket and go to the theater.
To A Christmas Carol, right.
A Christmas Carol.
Yes, and I saw the play last Saturday, and it was marvelous. So if you need to get tickets, call today. This is airing Monday, and so call today because you really want to add A Christmas Carol to your Christmas parade of things, festivities that you partake in here in Owatonna. So, okay, just one thing before we move on, Sylvan. Obviously, we're in the Performing Arts Hall. The tree has been placed in a different place from what you have in past years, so that will be something new for people to see.
Yes, we have not had it in this position for years. We've only put it there a couple of times. It's in the window facing the south, so if we have it lit in the evening, if you're driving up on the grounds, you should be able to see in as well. And one of the other exciting things that is going to happen in the gallery, or for you to see, will be a beautiful sheet of glass which will be transformed into ice. And on this sheet of crystalline ice will be two figures that have been made by Marilyn Hankey. We have some absolutely fantastic things in this room that I'd like to point out.
Okay.
Marilyn Hankey has...
So you just keep walking and I'll keep moving.
Marilyn Hankey has loaned us. She's a local artist and has made this fantastic Santa.
Oh, and he's so realistic. Not only his face, which I will zoom into, but what really struck me when I looked at this are his hands.
Yes.
I mean, wow, that is very, very realistic, but he's a wonderful, wonderful figure.
And he has a great expression, and there'll be a couple of other Santas around in the display as well that she's loaned us for the holiday season.
Okay. And we do have to give credit to the person that's putting together your ice skating rink.
Jerry Shore.
Yes.
He has for several years been very involved in the Arts Center, and I know that I always use him as an example with Leadership Owatonna. That's a program where individuals sign up and for a year, and they're do a number of schooling kinds of things, becoming very familiar and educated and involved with the community. And when they come here for a morning, I always talk about Jerry Shore. Because everyone thinks that you need to be an artist or an artist to be involved at the Arts Center. And, you know, that does help, but you really don't have to be an artist.
You need to have a number of skills.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. Well, Sylvan, let's go take a look at the main gallery. We'll get a quick peek at the Dickens Village, and then we'll get a quick peek at the Snow Babies.
Excellent.
So Sylvan, we're a bit waylaid going to the fine arts, or to the gallery portion rather, but I saw this and this is really quite captivating. Tell me what we're seeing here.
Well, this area has some of the Arts Center's collection, and we have some Oz Press pieces that are hung. We have an Adolph Dane here, and behind me is an Oz Press, and tucked around behind the tree, I'm hoping you'll come to see it, and I don't think you can see it, Leanne, is a small little painting done by Phil Barriger. And what's so exciting about it is it's the Christmas pageant that would be performed in a church years and years ago with you know, little baby Jesus and Mary and Joseph, all the kids playing the various characters of the Christmas story tale, and the minister peeking out to give direction.
Okay, well this is a lovely corner here, Sylvan. Let's go and take a look very quickly at the Snow Babies.
Okay.
And so now we have found the Snow Babies, and actually this is only a portion of the collection. I'm not going to show you the other part of the collection because there's someone very special standing next to the bookcase that the rest of the Snow Babies are located in. But you really must come and see this. I mean, the there's such a variety of snow babies. I think you could probably spend at least a half hour looking at every single one of them. So next, Sylvan, we are going to go over and finish our piece at the Dickens Village. And now, Sylvan, we've arrived at the Dickens Village. Tell me something about this and how it came about.
Well, you know, the reason we're doing this is because of Little Theater doing A Christmas Carol. So we hope that you'll all take that in. And these are Department 56, Dickens Village. And we have these lovely characters. We have, you know, the Cratchit family over here, and we have the ghosts of past, present, and future back there.
Ah, yes.
And it's a wonderful display. And we thought we'd kind of coincide with the Little Theater's production as well. And these are on loan to us from Mary Gunn Terrick and Dorothy Meyering as well.
Oh,
and I think what's really fascinating is the Globe Theater.
Ah, yes.
Which I think we've all are aware of the unique shape of that. So we'd like to invite you up to also see the big surprise, the animated ice skaters that are in this room as well.
And we're leaving that a secret because we want you to come out to the Arts Center and spend some time out here taking a look at the Christmas exhibit. And so, Sylvan, now tell us your hours of operation.
We're open from 1 to 5, Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. We'll be closed, you know, the obvious Christmas Eve day and Christmas Day and New Year's Eve day and New Year's Day. But that leaves a lot of opportunities to come up. And with our construction, you get to enter through the grand entrance of the front of the building, walk through the Orphanage Museum, walk all the way back to discover all of the joys and playfulness of snow at the Art Center with our Christmas display. So we invite all of you to enjoy the holidays with us.
Wonderful, Sylvan. And so thank you so much for inviting us to get a sneak peek of the Christmas display here. And for our viewers, please stay with us. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Thank you.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
I'm Deb Gillard. And I'm Shaw McNulty with Brookdale Owatonna Assisted Living and Memory Care,
where we provide optimum living activities to keep our residents engaged in life.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Thank you for joining us today on the Owatonna Today Show. We hope you enjoyed your visiting with the Fernbrook Family Center and with our own Sylvan Durbin over at the Owatonna Arts Center. And we want to thank you for joining us and learning more about our community. And we have a few announcements today that we'd like to go over with. That the Owatonna Foundation is pleased to announce the start of their annual fundraising campaign that is now in the 58th year of serving the Owatonna community. This foundation provides brick and mortar grants in Owatonna and its environs in our 4 areas: recreation, education, arts, and community. The foundation also provides both traditional and non-traditional scholarships for 2 years colleges and technical schools. And thank you for being with us, and we hope you will join us on Wednesday when our guests will be the Owatonna Foundation and the Steele County Astronomical Society. Have a great day.